You won't believe what's going on behind the scenes in the NFL right now. The Philadelphia Eagles are demanding a price for A.J. Brown that could make your jaw drop. And the implications of this move. They could change the landscape of the league before free agency even begins. If you're a true Eagles fan, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story is about to unfold faster than anyone expects. Right now, with the 2026 offseason in full swing and the NFL combined buzzing with activity, every team is paying close attention to A.J. Brown's situation. The Eagles just celebrated a Super Bowl victory, yet here we're talking about a potential trade involving their star. And it's not just speculation.
It really dictates to the defense.
Philadelphia is demanding something huge. A first-round pick and a second-round pick. 2 premium selections for 1 receiver. That's the kind of price tag that makes even the boldest GMs pause and rethink their strategies. Let's break this down. A.J. Brown, the electrifying wideout, posted over 1,000 yards in the 2025 season. That's impressive for most players, but for someone who had back-to-back 1,400-yard campaigns in 2022 and 2023, it falls short. And that slight dip in production is what's fueling this whirlwind of rumors. Are the Eagles contemplating a trade because of performance, team chemistry, contract negotiations, or just strategic roster planning? The truth is, nobody knows yet, and that uncertainty is what has the NFL world buzzing. Here's the kicker. Howie Roseman, Philadelphia's general manager, is not the type to let elite talent walk away cheaply. His track record is full of daring moves that have sometimes seemed risky, but ultimately brought championships to the city. So when Roseman sets an astronomical price for A.J. Brown, it's not posturing. It's a calculated strategy. He knows the true value of his star, and he's prepared to wait for the right offer. Let's pause and ask you. If you were running the Eagles, would you gamble with a first and a second-round pick for Brown, knowing the potential upside, but also the enormous cost? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is exactly the kind of debate fans are dying to have. The trade rumors pick up even more intrigue when you consider the timing. The NFL Combine is happening now. Agents, executives, and coaches all in the same rooms, exchanging intel. When trade details leak in the midst of this gathering, it's rarely random. This is market intelligence seeping out, signaling real conversations behind closed doors. The proposed asking price, first and second round picks, isn't pulled from thin air. For context, last year the Pittsburgh Steelers traded a second-round pick for DK Metcalf, a player many analysts view as comparable to A.J. Brown. The Eagles are signaling that Brown, with his consistent playoff performance and chemistry with Jalen Hurts, is worth even more. And here's where things get interesting. Reports suggest A.J. Brown isn't actively pushing for a move out of Philadelphia. This subtle stance changes the dynamics entirely. When the player isn't forcing a trade, the Eagles hold all the cards. They can sit back, let teams negotiate, and either secure an offer that meets their sky-high asking price or simply retain a Super Bowl-winning receiver. Roseman doesn't panic. He doesn't sell low. He creates urgency for the buyer, not the seller. Imagine being on the other side. Which teams realistically have the draft capital and the willingness to meet this price? Rebuilding franchises are unlikely to part with a first-round pick. Contenders may have the resources, but need to assess if Brown is the missing piece that gets them to the next Super Bowl. The market for A.J. Brown is limited, despite his undeniable talent. Only a team willing to make a bold gamble could make this trade happen, and even then, it's not guaranteed. Adding another layer, sources indicate Brown has a preferred destination if a trade were to occur. While he isn't demanding a move, he's open to the idea. That preference adds nuance to negotiations because it means the Eagles don't have to convince him to leave. The decision is primarily financial and strategic. Now, let's talk championship dynamics. Philadelphia is at the peak of its competitive window. Roseman must juggle the present and future. Keep the team intact enough to compete now while acquiring draft capital to sustain long-term success. A.J. Brown represents a dilemma in this context. Is he still elite? Absolutely. But balancing a slightly underwhelming season, his salary, and the potential return in draft picks forces a strategic crossroads. One player for two premium selections could shape the Eagles' roster for years to come. Every day, this uncertainty persists. The pressure mounts inside the organization. Jalen Hurts needs clarity for next season. The coaching staff requires certainty to plan offensive strategies. And Brown, a top-tier player, deserves to know his role. Sitting in trade rumors indefinitely benefits no one. Here's the ultimate question of the day. Will the Eagles actually get their asking price? Could any team realistically hand over a first and second round pick for a receiver coming off a 1,000-yard season instead of the 1,400-yard peak we've seen before? Or will the market force Philadelphia's hand, keeping Brown in the city of brotherly love? Comment your answer below and weigh in. This is a conversation that's going to dominate fan debates leading up to the next season. From a team-building perspective, Roseman's approach makes sense. If no team meets the asking price, the Eagles retain a Super Bowl champion in their receiving corps. That stability is priceless. Imagine Hurts lining up next to Brown again. There's no argument here. The connection remains lethal. Even as speculation swirls, the Eagles maintain control. If the right offer doesn't appear, A.J. Brown stays, the team stays competitive, and Philadelphia preserves its flexibility. And if a team comes forward with the necessary picks, well, that's when the chess game begins in earnest. This scenario captures the essence of managing a championship team. Balancing elite talent, cap space, draft capital, and team chemistry isn't easy. Each decision has ripple effects. A.J. Brown's situation is a textbook example of how a franchise navigates success while planning for longevity. So, let's bring it back to you, the fans. Should the Eagles make this trade if the right offer comes along? Or is keeping Brown, a proven winner, the smarter play? Share your thoughts in the comments. The debate isn't theoretical. It will shape how we watch this team evolve in real time. At the end of the day, this saga is far from over. Every move, every conversation, every rumor adds another layer to one of the most fascinating off-seasons the league has seen in years. For true Eagles fans, staying informed isn't optional, it's essential. Hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure notifications are on. We'll cover every update, every twist, every deal until the situation reaches a resolution. Fly, Eagles, fly.